Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Max Mobile Celebrity Podcast. I am your host, AJ, along with Lady Chi Chi and Lady Chi, and we want to just say thank you for joining us today. As usual, we're going to have another great show today, and we're going to have a special guest. He's an award-winning poet by the name of Moody Black, who will be joining us shortly, and that's going to be very exciting. And so I hope everybody had a great time, and we are. It's very hot here in Florida today. And how's your weather up there where you are in Maryland, Lady Chi?
I don't know. But it's been like I, I it's been a yeah, that's all I can say.
Okay.
I did get a chance to get a walk in, so it was like 70 something. It was in the 70s.
Oh, that's
But
pleasant.
yesterday and today it's been um what do you call it?
It's more humid or?
No, it's been raining.
Oh, it's been raining a lot.
It's been raining since yesterday.
Oh,
It's
okay.
still cloudy and
You got a lot of overcast.
yeah.
Okay.
But guess what? I'm enjoying the view. I love looking outside and looking at the greenery. So it's still beautiful regardless.
That is nice to see. Well, we're going to I just want to let everybody know that we're looking to expand our show. I've been talking to some people, and we're looking to get our own TV channel for Max Mobile Celebrity Podcast. So we're pretty excited about that, which will probably start somewhere between July and August. We're just waiting for all the legality stuff, all the legal stuff to get done. And so, Lady Chi, tell us how was your week?
Oh, let me tell you something. I had a fabulous, fabulous week. I don't even think we have enough time for me to tell you all the experience that I had this week. But I will start here. One, I was asked to host a marathon, and it was actually on Clubhouse. And this guy, it was his 127th marathon. And for his birthday this year, he decided to run a marathon in awareness of suicide prevention. And this fella is in London, Yorkshire, England,
Mhm.
so to speak. And he ran over 10,000 feet in regards to hills, climbing the hills. It was just amazing. But I was there to support, and we were cheering him on. He would check in every now and then. And he would hear our voice and just screaming and wishing him, the strength to be able to get through. And that was just the beauty of the start of the week. And I think it was Thursday. Yes, on Thursday, I decided, you know what? I'm getting out of here. If this man can do this. Oh, by the way, he turned 50. I forgot
Wow.
that important.
Okay.
So for his 50th birthday, he ran his 127th marathon. But I was like, if he can do that, I can get up and get out of here no matter what the temperature is like. And I came up with something creative. I said, let me go to the mall. I've seen other people do it. So I went to the mall. And I did my 30-minute thing, and it said I was done. And I was like, oh, yeah, I finished. I came outside, and the sun was shining. It got warm outside. I said, I should be able to go to the park. Well, lo and behold, I took myself to the park. And when I got there, miracles just happened. I got a chance to see Bambi and walk with them for a little bit. And
Bambi?
family, yeah.
Okay.
The deer were out, and I was able to wave at them and take pictures of them. And they stood there for a while. They did. They didn't scare you away. And that lets me know that my energy was good. It was in the right place. And then as I walked, maybe not even about 200 or 300 feet away, I was walking, and there was a guy. Well, yeah, there was this guy in the middle of the street. In the middle of the path. And he was taking a stick, and I was like, what's wrong with him? Is he okay? Is he crazy? Well, I got closer, and I was like looking, and I said, isn't that nice of you? I said, what was it? He was like, it's a turtle. And I'm like, no way. It was like a baby turtle that looked like a rock. Like it could have blended in with the rock. But he was able to see it and not walk on it in the path and then move it out of harm's way. I was like, you are a superhero today, Kevin. I met him and everything, and we walked for the rest of the way. So I had a great week. I had a great, great, great week.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Speaking of turtle, I got to bring the picture because I have it on my phone. But I found this picture of this turtle, one of those gigantic, one of those big turtles, what they call it,
Hmm.
tortoise.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it had an actual pet. It had an animal on top of his shell, just sitting here riding him. I thought
Yeah.
that was so cute. I got to find that and bring it on. And I thought that was so cute. I think it was on Facebook that I found it on.
Yeah,
And
I've seen those where the turtle, I think it
it's a
was a little
tortoise, I think they're
bird.
called.
Yeah, and it was a little bird that was just sitting there, just relaxing and having a good old time. And the turtle just, but that's the thing. We always see what they've always shown us, which is the dark side of animals. But I'm so glad that people are able to capture the animals don't always have the animalistic type of behavior. They have survivor because they have to survive. That is the circle of life. But at the end of the day, I've seen some of these big lions and tigers be so friendly with other animals and with humans. So yeah.
Well, to be honest with you, I don't think that in the animal world, the animal kingdom, they live in a world where I think they have a lot more peace than we do. The reason why I'm saying that is because I was just speaking about this the other day. You don't see you don't see in the animal kingdom they're not having wars. You know, they survive, and I mean they're in the survival mode. But you're absolutely correct. And some of these animals are super intelligent. Like these dolphins, and their communication, because what we try to do is learn how to communicate with them. And to be honest with you, I think they're a little bit ahead of us in regards to how they network with each other and how to communicate with each other. Because I was just talking about um, Ukraine and Russia, and I just think it's a shame that ever since man has been here on this planet, he has always been at war. And I just don't understand that. I really don't. I understand that we all have differences and different languages and different beliefs and things like that. But at the end of the day, we're still humans. And I don't understand, this planet was big enough to incorporate all of these different, cultures. And I don't understand why we are always at war. And I think a lot of it has to do with because man is greedy. Money has really just created a see animals don't operate that way. And man has been so, you know, induced in gaining money and whatever it takes, and to ruin somebody else's life, just to get money. It really freaks me out. And then I saw in the news the other day, this is really weird, Lady Chi. They have an army, like a private army down in Africa in 4 different countries. And they're training these young men, these young black African, men, soldiers. And guess who they're working for? They're working for Putin in Russia. Yes, they got African armies that are under Russian rule. What the heck? Yeah, I'm sitting here like, what the heck is that? And that's got nothing to be doing with money, because he's probably financing it. Because a lot of people don't know that Putin is an actual billionaire. President Putin in Russia, he's a billionaire. But I don't understand, why would you go against your own culture and your own people for a whole nother culture? I don't get that. I really don't. I don't understand it. And I was so shocked this militia group. They're kind of like under the radar, so they're not registered to under other group. They're like a private, but they are under Putin's his military. And I'm sitting here thinking, what does Russia have to do with Africa? That's the part I don't get. And to me, when I looked at that, Lady Chi, it just made me think about, like, Russia may have this plan. They want to take over the world, because I'm trying to figure out, what is it about Africa why you have to feel like you have to get these soldiers to sit here to fight for you. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I really don't. But at the end of the
We'll
day,
have to have that conversation off air, because
yeah, yeah, you're right.
people would think that what I have to say to that is definitely crazy. So I would rather have a conversation with you. We discuss that, but um, I believe that that part, it may be part of Revelations, is what I'll say, and I'll leave it there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll have a conversation on that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is 12:13. In a couple of minutes, we're going to have our special celebrity guest today, Mr. Moody Black, and I'm so excited about that because I like poetry and I like people who, especially people like himself. He's an award winning poet and been doing this for quite some time, and I think it's so amazing how people are able to do that and be able to remember, the poetry and how they actually interact into it. I think it is so cool. And I think it's great how you have a memory to remember all of those, because I remember I had a cheat sheet back in the day when I was as an entertainer. I had to sit there and had a cheat sheet on the inside, the back of my bass. I had to turn around and flip and take a look at it, and it's just amazing how they sit there for an hour and can sit there and just do all this poetry. I think that's such a talent. That is such a talent.
It is definitely.
He's been everywhere. He does. He makes a living. He makes a living this full time working for doing shows at universities, high schools. I mean, he's everywhere. So that's gonna be pretty exciting to have him on. So I'm definitely looking forward to that as well. Just to let our viewers know too that Chi was out. She's out ill today, so we're gonna give a special blessing to Chi. So Chi, get well. I mean, I'm not sorry, you're Shonda. Sorry, Chi. I mean, you Shonda, our other co-host, our other queen on the show. She's out ill today, and so we're gonna wish her some special blessings and hope that she gets well soon. And hopefully we'll get to see her next week. And hey, I gotta ask, Lady Chi, how's my little one? How's Journey?
She's wonderful, thank you. She's doing awesome. Our video now is at over 800,000 views, and
wow. We got to look at that.
We have over 30-some thousand likes. So
you said it's on TikTok.
I put it on TikTok, but it's not getting the exposure on TikTok as much as it is on Instagram.
Oh, on Instagram.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That is pretty neat. I'm gonna try to see if I can take a look at it and grab it. If I go to Instagram, what would I type in?
Young Forever.
Okay.
_00.
Young Forever. Is it number 4 or F?
The number 4.
Okay.
The number 4. But listen, here's the funny thing. The people love her. I'm like, you know what? You weren't even supposed to be on my video, but I'm so grateful that she jumped in. You hear me?
You know what? It was meant to be, Lady Chi. Because that's your she's a part of you.
She is.
And yes. I think it's because of that. Because people, regardless of where you're from, we have different feelings about children. Children it's just something about seeing children that gives you a really, really good feeling. Yeah, and I think it was just meant to be. You just didn't know it at the time, but it was
exactly. But the thing was, I quickly saw that when she jumped in, the thing was for me, get back to class because she's at homeschool, so she's on digital class, and she jumped out of class to come jump in my video.
Oh,
so I'm like, get back in class, girl. So she keeps on dancing with me. But then I see how good she looked doing it, and I said, okay, let's do it one more time. So we did it about 4 or 5 times, and finally we got it. And the 5th one was the one that we went with. So
that is so cute.
Yeah.
We got our guest coming in.
Okay, great.
And let me go ahead and change the screen here. Okay, let me go ahead and bring him in.
Hello.
There's our guy.
What's happening? Get some light on the situation.
How are you?
I get too much light. I'm wonderful. How y'all doing?
Hey,
thank you.
Every day we get a chance to wake up, put our feet on the floor. It's a blessed day.
Man, who you telling? But I know that's right. Man, full on, y'all. I'm real country. Y'all know that, right? So.
Yeah, Moody Black, you're in Carolina, is that correct?
South Carolina, South
Carolina, that's right. How's everything in South Carolina? How's the weather there?
Man, everything's great. We have an event called Artisphere, which is real big for the arts. The whole main street is blocked off. We got people with tents with all kind of artistry, with jewelry making, painting, whatever it is. It's the whole street filled with artists. I'm at this venue called Bella Fellow. Shout out to Bella Fellow. We're having a book fair here, so a lot of poets and authors, artists got tables in the restaurant here. And I got my table. I'm at my table now.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Oh man, I love it. It's a great atmosphere. People walking in and out.
I know you're very busy. I want to thank you so much for coming on the show and taking the time
out.
No
doubt. No doubt.
I really appreciate that. Definitely been a big fan of yours. And tell us, Moody, how did you get into the poetry? Was this something you were doing as a kid?
Well, yes and no. I'm always telling this story. So around 11 years old, my mom, single mom, she working all the time, and she'll take evening college courses, and she would bring home literature books, trying to make us read that. And I didn't want no parts of that. I hated reading. I wasn't trying to do that. One day, at home, we had this long hallway. We had one bookshelf in the hallway. It had 4 tiers. And I'm bored. I'm going through the books. I came across this book entitled "This Time Called Life" by Walter Minder. He's a poet from the hippie era, from the 60s and whatnot. Okay. And I want to meet this guy. He's in Portland, Oregon. I heard he's about 88, he's real sick. But either way, I found this book. I'm looking through it. Of course, you don't like to read. You're looking for pictures. So I'm looking through the pictures. It was pictures of young people hanging out, playing, nature, beaches, all that stuff. It sucked me in. Each picture had a poem beside it. And I ended up reading that whole book in a day. And that book inspired me to really get more into poetry, to learn how to express myself. So I went back to appreciate the poems my mom wanted me to read, the Maya Angelou, the Nikki Giovanni's, the Langston Hughes. I went back to appreciate all that, So yeah, and then at 11 to 12 years old, I'm writing poems, I'm writing hip hop. I'm just doing it all.
That's awesome. Yeah, Langston Hughes was one of my biggest fans when growing up. I grew up, reading Langston Hughes, and I tell you, man, it is such a gift to be able to do that. And I was looking at your video, a couple of your videos the other day, and I was just saying, it's so nice to be, because it's actually acting. But what I like about it is you're actually taking, these words, and you actually, the way you deliver. That's what it's all about. That's what makes a poet so special, is their delivery.
Facts.
And I'm telling you, you got it down, man. You got it down.
Man, hey, I appreciate that. That's big. That's big.
Yeah.
I'm humbled, man. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for having me. First, how y'all doing? Let me get my Southern hospitality on. How y'all doing?
Great. I am wonderful. Just happy to be here and happy to speak with you.
Exactly. I'm happy to be here as well.
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I enjoy doing this. I've had this show now for several years, and we've been interviewing a lot of celebrity artists from back in the day, a lot of old school artists.
Right.
And because that's where I'm old school, So I wanted to have a platform, and so now we're kind of mixing it up, bringing kind of new school, making old school and new school together. And
man, look here, I have a term I want to kick to you, man. I don't use old school anymore. I use classic. Classic.
Okay.
Yeah, you classic.
That makes you feel a little older.
No, you say classic. No, old school. If you say old school, that make my heart cringe. Like, I ain't old. You know what I'm saying? But we have a classic vibe to us.
I know what you're saying. I'm just messing with you. I know what you're saying.
But classy never goes out of style.
Exactly.
So classical is something really to cherish, kind of, in a way.
Because people say it with a negative connotation. Oh, that's old school. I'm like, nah, I'm saying like that.
Yeah.
Nah, it's the foundation.
Exactly. Could I tell you that?
So is that how you create your work? When you're getting ready to well, let me ask you, how do you come up and create your work? How does that look?
Man, a lot of it is life experiences. I start with that. A lot of it is just being inspired by, just watching people, or I may hear a song lyric, or hear a line from a movie, and just that one line, I just create a whole new universe, from that. But I'm always putting myself in there, put my feelings in, no matter what it is. I don't care if it's something political or social. I'm putting myself in it. I want to make it relatable as possible. Anybody can report the news. I know a lot of poets do that. I mean, they're sitting there. We know what's going on, but I've learned to ask myself, how does it affect you? What do you feel about it? What personal story? Yeah, you got to. But that's how people connect.
Yeah,
that's how people connect.
Yeah. So how long does that take? I mean, is it?
It can take 20 minutes for 2 weeks.
Ah.
Sometimes I have a couple of poems in my roster that may have taken several months, depending on how deep the subject matter is, how much research I'm gonna put into it. I have this poem called "So We Marching," but it's talking about an actual situation where I had my kids for the weekend, and we was walking downtown, but there was a rally. This part of downtown, almost 200 something people. This was during the height of we losing Mike Brown and Trayvon Martin, all those, and it became a conversation with my kids. Like I just came downtown, I saw them, they saw me. They're, oh, that's Moody Black. Let's go ahead and start marching. And I'm like at the beginning of the march, and I didn't know what was going on with my kids. Yeah, we thrown in the march, but of course my kids asked me, "Well, Daddy," they like, what's this? What's going on? And my 4-year-old at the time, he's 10 now. He just spat. He's screaming. He don't know what's going on, but he's just involved in it. But it became a conversation. So I started imagining, like, what if we still marching 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now? How does that look like? And I'm using my daughter in the poem, how, she loves her little brother. That's how I start my poem, how much she loves her little brother. But then 10 years from now, I'm seeing her still marching with a picture of a little brother. Now she lost her little brother. She lost, let me go back. First 10 years, they both marched because they lost their father. 10 more years, she lost a brother. 10 more years, she lost a husband. She lost a son. How much we gonna keep losing and how much we still keep marching. And that just for that situation, it spawned that thought, So a lot of poems are based on occurrences of either things I've been involved in or things I've witnessed.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for opening up. Thank you for sharing. That's beautiful.
It took me a long time to write that poem because I'm like, I'm like crying, step away from him, step away. It took a while. It took me about 2 months to write that poem because I sit down with it. I'm like, you start seeing it, imagine kids have to see this continuous cycle of losing loved ones.
So how do you know it's done? How do you know when
it's a feeling? Yeah. It's a feeling because you have to go with that feeling because if you overthink it, the poem will never be done. It's like a piece of art because I paint too. Like I can paint, I keep going, or I can do this, I can add this. If you don't stop somewhere where it feels right, you'll still be doing it because the painting's never done, the poem's never done if you overthink it. But sometimes you go with that feeling like, this feels done. I can leave it right there. And sometimes, I'm honest to call some of my poetry friends. Hey, think about this right here. I should end it right here. What you think? Now I take what they have to say, they put in consideration. But a lot of times, 99% of the time, it's that feeling like, what, this feels done. It's like baking. Like some people would like love baking and cooking. When it's done. You ain't got to time that thing. You feel it. It's right. You know what I'm saying? Put a little spices in there, like, that thing right there. It's right there. Ooh, don't put no more in there. Don't put no more. It's good. It's good. So you feel it. You connect spiritually with that thing.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. I love it. That was magical. I appreciate that, especially when you put cooking and baking. My mind immediately opens up to understanding that. So thank you. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Moody, I got a question for you. Because of the history of our Black community as a whole,
right,
we have suffered through so much pain and so much, things going on, especially in this country with racism and everything. Let me ask you, do you feel that poetry is part of our DNA that allows us to help us to be able to express the pain that's in us and the things that we have to go through? You think that's a part of it?
100%. Think about it, man. You go back to the ancestors. You go back to the mother country. We were griots. You would sit around that campfire around the elders, and they telling you these stories or these poetic versions of what happened before them. They passed it down generation to generation, and we brought that here, or we were brought here, and we brought it with us. And and it's still the same thing. So we were always telling these stories, these poems, and that's how we were able to connect. We spiritually connect, not only with the words, but spiritually connect when we sit down and tell these things. You know what I'm saying? So once it, I guess, evolved into like the spoken word type aspect of it, we were able to continue to do that. So it's definitely a way. As a matter of fact, I have a poem. It's called Joker. I took the movie Joker and related to how that character had what's called psychopathic laughter, and how you laugh. We have to laugh to deal with things. You know what I'm saying? But it's a point in the poem when I talk about some people we lost, and I even say some people tired of hearing poets say their names. If you don't say their names, they done died twice. So we have to continue, bringing these things to the forefront, continue saying our ancestors, name people lost, and people that we respect and admire. We have to keep that going so we pass it down. So that's something we always been doing. We've always been just orally passing our stories down for each generation. And it's very important. That's how we learn. That's how we connect. And that's how we keep thriving, because those things push us, those stories, those poems push us.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So to answer your question, yes.
I got it. Let me ask you this: how does it affect how many children do you have? You have 2 children?
No, man. I started young, bro. Whew, I was bad, bro. I was bad. I got a basketball team, not a football team. I guess it's a difference.
Okay.
It's a difference. I ain't got 11 people on the field. I got 5 in the sub. There you go.
I got you. How does it affect your children growing up, listening to their dad, their poetry? How does it affect them?
It's funny, man. I'm proud of they're all artists in their own way, but I think they're tired. They be with me so much traveling and performing. I think they hate poetry. It's to the point now. Hey, y'all want to go? I'm going such play that. No, you go ahead. We good, Dad. We good. They want no parts of no poem.
Yeah, but you know what? I think one of your kids, at least one of them, the 2 kids, I think they're going to surprise you as they get older, because it's embedded in them, and because they actually grew up in it, and I think one day they're going to surprise you as a teenager.
And I'm looking for that day, man, but I don't know. I ain't hold my brother on it, man. I don't know. I'm telling you, since birth they've been riding with me. They like, you gonna poetry again?
So how many do you commit to memory?
Woo. Maybe y'all can relate. I know, I'm well into my 40s. The older I get, the more I don't want to memorize a poem. Now you take that how you want. How I said that, you take that how you want. Right. But the older I get, like, man, I don't feel like memorize this thing. I got a gig tomorrow. Like, I've been practicing this whole week. I'm struggling. Like, so yeah, I got a good many. There's some poems that I know I want to perform that needs to be heard. There's some poems are just made for certain situations, and I may not memorize them. I may just read it at a special event. I have some poems that people hire me to write. I know I'm not going to probably use again, so I may just read it, wherever that event is. It's for that particular event. So it's kind of 50-50. If I had to put a number on it.
Yeah, that's good.
You know what? We're gonna take a break, Lady Chi. We're gonna take a commercial break real quick, and then we're gonna come back. And I'd like to hear some of your poetry, some of your favorite ones. Because I know you got some favorites. And
okay,
so we'll go into a commercial break real quick.
Sounds good.
You're listening to the Max Mobile Celebrity Podcast, and we'll be back in a moment.
A new day has come. Sable Ascent is taking your business around the world at no cost. We are connecting Black businesses in one global community, transacting with one currency, Sablecoin, creating one economy. Remember, you are not alone. A digital world is here. Register your business today at sableascent.com.
Creating a mobile app. Creating a mobile app for my business has been one of the best decisions I've ever made as a business owner. It helps me stay connected with my customers. It allows me to send my customer specials at any point in the day using push notifications. I even have a loyalty system integrated to encourage more repeat business, which really works. And best of all, my customers love our mobile app. They're always using it, asking about it, interacting with it, and more. Developing a mobile app has been one of the most cost-effective ways for our business to grow, connect with new customers, and encourage existing customers to come in more. It's really paid off. To top it off, developing the app was extremely inexpensive and has shown a very high return on investment when considering the amount of new business we've generated from our business app. And if you're a business owner thinking about developing a mobile app, I highly recommend it. It will help you grow your business, connect with your customers, and stand out from your competitors.
Okay, welcome back, everybody, to the Max Mobile Celebrity Podcast with our celebrity guest, Mr. Moody Boo. And I tell you, man, you're a very humble guy, man. I really, really love what you're doing. I think
I appreciate it.
Tell us about what was your most favorite award?
Oh wow, that's a good question.
Mhm.
I got it. So for those who don't know, I do hip hop as well. So 2020, I released an album called Manifest, which is on every streaming platform for those who's listening. Um, and to be my age, to continue to do it from, I guess, listening to other people, like, wow, you gonna do an album, put an album out your age? I just love hip hop. I never stopped. I never stopped rhyming. Um, and I'm very keen on what's, I guess, hot now. But I know my lane. I know I have a certain sound, so I don't try to sound like these young folk, but I can still be relative.
Right.
So 2021, we have this thing up here in the upstate of South Carolina called the Upstate Music Awards. And I was nominated in several categories, but I ended up winning Artist of the Year for my album. And I was very proud of that because of not only the
That's
story.
awesome.
Oh, thank you. Not only how I know I had to put the album together and the work I had to put into it, I really made an investment to make a quality sounding album, hip hop album with substance, and it's jamming at the same time. And I beat out some great musicians, artists, people 2 decades younger than me, and I felt proud. Like I beat all these young folk, like with a hip hop album, and I got gray in my beard. I mean, like what? Like, let's go. Yeah, so I was proud of that. So
you know what? That is major. And one word that you said that to me that makes all the difference in the world is when you said substance. That's a big difference because honestly, I'm not a favorite of a lot of today's music. Growing up in the music industry, I grew up in an industry where we didn't have to curse. Number one, in our lyrics, we were able to express ourselves about how we felt, without cursing. And then secondly is that we talked about a little bit of everything, and we had so many great artists from back in the day, the 70s, the 80s. I mean, if you notice, we don't even have a top 100 anymore. Have you noticed that?
I haven't noticed that.
Yeah.
The talent is definitely different, though. This is a different level of talent. Like back then, I mean, of course, I listened to my mom when she played music when I was younger. So, I'm just in my late 40s. But I had an appreciation, like, just listen to it. You saw what you had to bring to make it in that industry. If you're going to sing, you got to be a great singer. You just couldn't just, like nowadays, you can just kind of hum a little bit and put some tricks behind it and make a hit. Back then, you talking about, think about the era from the Aretha Franklin's, the Gladys Knights, the Patti LaBelle's, Stephanie Mills. You had to sing. Like that was a top tier of a talent you were competing with. You just couldn't get up there if you could not sing. Not just sing, you had to sing. And you don't really see that kind of talent nowadays. Every now and then, every blue moon, you get one or two. Like a Jennifer Hudson. Jennifer Hudson can sing. She'll sing. You know what I'm saying? But look how long it took us to get that. You know what I'm saying? To get somebody like that. Our Fantasia. So they like years and years apart. Like, well, back then, you was a lot of them out there, but you made it. That means you had talent.
Right. And you know what? What I liked about that, because it's talent that you're born with. And so what I liked about that era back then, you had to be a real musician. You had to be a real singer. You had to do background vocals. You had to do the harmonies, and that's your raw talent. And nowadays, I think what happened is that these kids today, they're trading all that in building music with software.
Yeah.
So they traded
technology changed the game.
Yeah, they traded their instruments for software. And it does. It makes a big difference to me, and that's why I like artists like Bruno Mars, who still.
Oh man,
Bruno grew up in New York, and he grew up, listening to a lot of these old school. And to this day, that man ain't using all that software. That man's using real vocals, real harmonies.
He always have a band with him.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. He remade what's the song? It's out now. He just redid it.
Yeah, he just did a remake.
Yeah. No, what's the song? I got it. It's in my place. I can't remember, but it was like a classic, man. And he made it, and he killed it. I was like, man, this is great. It's a good feeling because he's exposing this younger generation to those classic songs that my parents grew up listening to, that they passed down to me, and I appreciate his talent. To have a guy like that still out.
So, what's the future look like for you in regards to poetry? What's your next move?
Well, for those who know, I'm also a teaching artist. Award-winning teacher artist. I got Teacher Artist of the Year a couple years ago. Proud of that. Where I go into the schools and teachers contract me, or the schools contract me, and I go in. I may do a day, I may do a whole week residency where I'm working different classes, teaching how to write and enjoy poetry, and to make it fun.
Wow.
So I'm looking. I'm doing summer camp this summer. So I have a summer book. I'm looking to book the whole next semester and really get next couple of years, get all over the globe doing that. Then get my course into a curriculum where now I can just send my stuff out. I ain't got to physically be there as much. That's my goal, to really get more stuff out there. People get more access where I don't have to physically be as much. Because we getting older, y'all. We're getting older. We get a little tired.
Yeah.
I love traveling. Don't get me wrong. I love traveling. I love flying to different cities and different schools. But one day I got to sit back and just, here, y'all, you can download my curriculum. Here, get this to the teachers. They'll know what to do, and just sit back and let the revenue come that way. So that's one of my goals. I'm working on my next hip hop project, probably my last one. Like I said, I'm getting tired, but I'm gonna try to have that out this summer. It's called
Awesome.
Art of Self, tentatively Art of Self. Yeah. So I want to do more where I can get my stuff out there to the world and not have to really be out there as much.
Right.
Sit at home while my money making money.
So let me ask you this: how different is it to do virtual shows compared to? Because I know you're feeling the energy of your crowd when you're in person.
Oh, guys, it's hard.
It's a big difference, isn't it?
Even like when I do the lessons, when I do virtual classes, it's harder, especially get a student to be still and listen to some poetry stuff. That's hard, and even performing, it's just different. It's doable, but like you say, it's nothing like being there. It's like going to see a live band. Watching a live band on TV is cool, but when you're there, the energy is a whole lot magnetic, man. It's a feeling. You can't really get that feeling watching it on the screen. You get a little bit of it, but you there. It's overwhelming in a good way. It's all the energy and the vibrations is all there for you.
Well, I want to ask you too. What's it like performing with other poets? What is that like? Feeling their different energy. Did you ever get in a situation when you decided to change your poet because of some other people that were around you? Have that ever affected you?
No, only if, and I don't know how familiar you are with Poetry Slam. I've coached and competed as a team and individually in Poetry Slam. Now, there's a lot of tactics and strategies involved in that. So if a poet does something and the judges score it well, we have to make some adjustments when our turn comes back up again. But just as an open mic or a showcase, I'm gonna kind of go with what I feel initially. Let's I feel the room. I think any musician can probably feel that. You feel the room. If you feel like the room is dead, you'll change the song, right? You gotta hype them up.
Mm-hmm.
You change so the same thing with the poem. You gotta change it up. The energy is a certain level. You want to raise it up. I may change it. Okay, I'm gonna do an exciting piece to get everybody up.
Wow.
Beautiful.
I think that our audience now is ready to listen to some of your poetry. So, whatever comes to your mind. Let us.
So how many pieces y'all need? One or two?
We'll take two.
Take two.
Yeah.
All right. Oh.
One for Lady Chi, and I want to say thank you for that one that you dedicated for my birthday last year.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. Appreciate that. I try to make sure I say, bless people on their birthday, man, and send something, that to touch to make the day great. That's my goal.
Yeah, that was awesome. And one day we'd definitely like to get Stephanie on the show because she did the the one that did
real
the,
quick
vocals on that track.
Yeah. So the song he's talking about is called "Enjoy the Ride," which is on my album. It's on my album. It's on Spotify, Tidal, iTunes. But also, if y'all subscribe to my YouTube channel, the video, I had a great time filming the video. I was in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I filmed at the beach. I did all that in Michigan when I was featuring up there. But I'm telling you how this song wasn't even supposed to be on my album. I had my album done.
Wow.
And that song was supposed to be on my next upcoming album, which I'm trying to release now. And I host open mic on Instagram. By the way, y'all, Instagram Ain't Right Tribe. That's our tribe. And she came on one day and she started singing. I was like, yo, after the show, we got to contact each other. And I hit her. I said, yo, I got this song I want you on. I sent the song to her. And within a day, she called me the next day. Said, yo, tell me what you think about this. And she sung it to me like, yo, that's beautiful. She said, well, I'm going to the studio tonight. You want me to go ahead and record it? I said, yes. And she had it done like in a matter of 2-3 days. And then it was a week before my album was coming out. I was able to get that song on the album. And
what's the name of it?
The song is called "Enjoy the Ride." Enjoy the ride.
It's a nice song.
Man!
Last year on my birthday, almost a year ago, May 22nd, he dedicated that to my birthday. I thought that was so awesome.
Oh man, she's from St. Louis. Now before that, we never met physically. It took a year for us to actually finally meet physically. I did an anniversary show. I dropped my album, and I flew her in from St. Louis, and she performed with me last year. It's a beautiful song. Yeah, you got to get her on here, man. She's talented. She got some songs out. She's just a talent. She can sing.
We're definitely getting hold of her. We'd like to have you back, both of you guys are back on the show again.
Hey, we'll make it happen, man. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, definitely have to get her. But yeah, that was a great song, man. And you know, it's funny too, because for the dedicated song, I was kind of really wondering, like, I wonder what kind of song this is. And I started, and I tell you, man, I fell into it very quickly. I was like, man, this is deep. And your rap, it was such a nice balance between her singing and your vocals. It was a really, really good balance.
I appreciate that, man. You definitely got to get her in there. All right, so this poem I do is, I always say I'm gonna stop doing it, but I don't have any grandparents, and my last grandparent was my grandmother. And this poem is like a dedication to you. So I want y'all listeners to kind of feel me on this. See, my granny was 4'11". Gray hair and gray eyes to match, and for the most part, she was a quiet woman. Woven deep in a shabby recliner was kind of anybody with a smile. That's why I was a favorite grandson, because I always made her laugh. Yet she was always quiet. Now it is said that the quiet ones are the ones you gotta look out for. Because in my adolescence, as I got older, I tried to get over it like I know the game. But during the summertime when we were out of school and mama had to work, we had to stay with Granny. Now all the good TV shows came on at 11 a.m., but Granny would wait to watch The Price is Right. I hated Bob Barker. Whatever channel we had it on, we wanted to stay there, cartoon, something, anything but The Price is Right. Now it seemed like my granny was asleep, but it seemed like the clock screamed 11 a.m. because my granny would wake. She'll say, "Oh, baby, it's time for The Price is Right." Man, we thought she was taking a nap. But my granny would say, "Every closed eye ain't seen." I was young, but I knew that was deep. Now, fast forward, all her grandbabies got grown with high levels of education, and what some of you may consider a good job. But all of us with our good jobs had to borrow money from Granny from time to time. And when we needed that loan, she would push herself up in that shabby recliner with a pigeon-toed stride. She creeped to her room to the hiding place where she placed the savings. Now, the only payment plan we had was to come by every now and then and smile. When I didn't have a place to stay, y'all, she said I could always look at her until I get on my feet. Now, fast forward, I got on my feet, got my own place to stay. But soon after, Granny was placed in a nursing home. It didn't feel the same. I didn't feel the same. Because folk don't know that she's seen 33,945 movies. Prayed twice as many amens to the hallelujah to son, till she's seen grands, great-grands, and great-great-grands, and she never finished high school or college, but she acquired a knowledge from the school of hard knocks, with a major in making sure them babies eat, and a minor in making ends meet. But I never wanted to meet the day that she was her destiny. Then my mama said she was mad because I didn't cry my grandfather's funeral. So I know she's mad because I didn't cry my grandmother's funeral either, but to keep my sanity, the man in me had to be strong for everyone else in this poem itself. Express how I felt, and I wish my family knew how I felt. But every time I got rid of every symbol of a memory, every album, even that old piece print for the garbage to collect, I got. And it risked my heart and my soul cries tears that I feel like wishing wells from around the world. She was the world to me. My granny was a poet. I didn't know it till she died, and I did remember that when she did speak, it was in the manner of poetry and parables, and she was speaking prophecy that day when I was young, watching The Price is Right. Because she will let us know that she'll always watch over us, because every closed eye, they see. That's that piece.
Wow. Woo. I felt that. I
appreciate that, man.
That's deep. I felt that.
Thank you.
Love it. I love it. I wish I had my alarm going off.
You know what makes you so special is because you are so you know when you express yourself, it feels so natural with you. You know, you do this so well, and I think that Poetry Jam and stuff. You've seen a lot of poets, but you have this gift. Your delivery is very bright. You got a very bright delivery, and
I appreciate that.
And you know how to touch. It touches your soul. It touches your soul.
I appreciate that, man.
It's like a normal conversation with you.
And it's so funny. I've several people say, man, it's like you just conversing with us, man. You know, and I pride in that. I want to sit like now I have some poems I go over the top, but a lot of my poems like, no, I want to me talk to you. Let me tell you what's going on in my mind. And I want to be like that. I want to like have a conversation. I want you to feel at home when you listen to me. And I'm very proud of that. I appreciate that, my brother.
Yeah, awesome, man. Well, we still got some time. Lady Chi, you got any questions? We still got time for another one.
As you were performing just a minute ago, and I was listening to the story. Do you feel like this is a part of therapy for you sometimes? Like when you
definitely therapeutic. That's the main reason.
Yeah.
I was diagnosed with chemical imbalance, having depression in '96, and I didn't want to do the drugs. I did that. It affected me in so many ways. I was like, I ain't gonna mention. So I threw them pills away, and I was like, you know what? I have these gifts. Let me lean on those. And then, so all this painting, the drawing, the rapping, the poems, the comedy I do is therapeutic. It's definitely therapy. So it's gotten to a point. I want to touch souls, but if people don't like it, it's okay. I need it. Right. I'll find someone for me. So yeah, it's definitely therapeutic.
Thank you for that. Because as you were speaking, as you told the story, I'm a visual person, and that's what you're doing. You're creating this visual state in my head. Then that allows it to touch and penetrate the heart and the soul the way that you do. That's part of your gift. That's the beauty of what I think becomes so magical. Because it's how the song and the dance is going, and then how you bring it forth.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Y'all make sure if y'all on Instagram, check me out at I Am Moody Black. And I Am Moody Black on everything. Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat. Y'all don't know what I'm doing, but I'm there. I Am Moody Black, y'all. Those listed, definitely. But I'm most on Instagram, so y'all listening, check me out at I Am Moody Black on Instagram. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just type in Moody Black. You see the beard. Even though I chopped it off in January, it used to be like way down here. But,
really?
It started back over. Yeah, my beard was long. Yeah. I just chopped. January is the new beginnings for me, so I chopped it pretty low. It's not growing back a little bit, but I'm gonna keep it kind of low for a while. See how it works out. But yeah, y'all definitely check me out. Subscribe to YouTube. Subscribe. Share and all that stuff.
Will do. Are there any shout outs that you would like to recognize today?
Of course. There's so many people I want to shout out. Definitely the whole upstate poets of South Carolina. Shout out to Kimberly Sams Gills, my partner. We do open mics here in Greenville. September will be our 20th year. The longest running open mic slam in the state of South Carolina. My best friend Johnny C. Weaver, he's a poet and he's hosting an event coming up May 21st in Greenville. Holler at my man. Kids, my family, everybody who support all those show love. Salute. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Just everybody who show love. Shout out to all y'all. And shout out to those who support this show. Keep it going. Keep it going.
That's right.
Yeah. So you said May 21st and you mentioned some other dates. Now, do you put that information on your social media?
Yeah. On my Instagram, I always try to make sure I post up some things.
Okay.
And, the flyers up and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. So then that way our guests will be able to get in contact with you. And if you're in South Carolina or North Carolina?
Yeah, South Carolina. South with an L, South Carolina. But the best way, if y'all want to know more about me, IamMoodyBlack.com. Just go to my website. My calendar's on there.
Okay.
All kind of stuff. My videos. IamMoodyBlack.com. Just I Am Moody Black on everything. Like salt and pepper is on everything.
So are you originally from South Carolina?
Born and bred.
Okay.
Yep, this is home.
Yeah, born and bred.
Well, Moody, we still got a few more minutes. Do you have a short poem that you're gonna leave us with?
I'm gonna leave y'all with something, man. Juneteenth's around the corner. I'm trying to work on this poem, and it's called Everything Us. Just kind of, it's a list poem. I'm just gonna list everything that encapsulates who we are as a people. It is crossing state lines to emancipation. It is midnight sky filled with Jim Crows. It is by any means necessary to have a dream. It is looking for God and liberation. It is revival tent hallelujahs. It's Miss Ann loaning some sugar in a cup. It is having rent right before eviction. It is accepting the kinks and coils of hair roots. It is black power fist in the air. It is graduation from Ivy League College, graduation from HBCU. It is grandma finally saying you graduate. It is peaceful protest with results. It is incense and shea butter. It is wearing dashiki while watching Marvel's Black Panther movie. It is pretending Wakanda is real. It is making Wakanda real. It is being Hotep. It's being Christian. It's being Muslim. It's being 5%. It's being agnostic. It's being without judgment. It's finally being considered human. It is being a man, a womb man. It is woke. It is wisdom. It is being free. It is hood. It is projects. It is suburbs. It is the country. It is talking like you're at a job interview. It's talking like you're hanging with the homies. It is being at home no matter where you are at. It is recognizing your roots. It is respecting the tree. It is fighting to protect the tree. It's the same tree that bore strange fruits. It is why we are mad. It's why we fight. It is fighting to be free. It is being mad for being enslaved. It is being mad and doing something about it. It is being mad with a plan. It is not letting your anger mess up the plan. It is educating the uneducated. It is proper education. It is feeding our children. It is also feeding our children. It is free breakfast program. It is self-defense. Funny that is Black Panther before the movie. It is wearing our dashikis like we were in Oakland. It's marching like we were in Selman. It's making fair and just laws so we never have to march in Selma because we are free. It is stolen because we were whipped, beaten, and murdered. It is escape. It is Jim Crow laws. It is civil rights. It is not that long ago. It is we got a ways to go. It is hope. It is June 19th. It is celebrating what we got. It is we are all we've got. It is everything us.
Wow. That's deep, man. That's deep.
Thank
You are
you.
so good, man. Well, we're at the end of another great show. I want to say thank you so much, man. I mean, you know
Thank
what?
y'all
You
for having me, reaching out.
You made my Saturday, bro.
Oh, let go.
Yeah, I'm with that. And
Man, thank y'all so much.
I want to say thank you so much, and I want to give Lady Chi. I want to ask you what shout outs do you have today?
I want to thank Moody Black for being here with us today. Happy Sabbath to those Sabbath today. I just want to say love and peace to everyone. I am so grateful. A shout out to my kids. Always love you. And to you, AJ, thank you for keeping things going. And I'll be here with you.
Well, Moody, thank you again. I know that you're at your event. Thank you so much for taking time out to do the show from your event. I think that was so cool. And,
it's an honor, man.
I definitely want to have you again. Definitely going to have you again on the show again.
Let me know. I come running.
Well, we got to get Stephanie. You got to bring Stephanie.
Hey, I'll reach out to her. We make it happen.
Yeah,
she'll be happy.
And matter of fact, see if you can contact her. Since we had you on this week, see if we can get her and get you back next week.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll reach out to her. Okay, she'll be happy.
Reach out to her and see if we can get her. But I want to say thank you everybody for listening. You can see you can actually see this episode on Facebook. You can see it on Twitter, and you can also see it on YouTube. And all you got to do is go to the Max Mobile Celebrity Podcast. We'll have the date on today, May 14th. And you see Moody Black. And I want everybody to just stay safe. We still, coming out of this pandemic, I know a lot of things have changed, but all we got to do is just remember, stay safe, stay sanitized, stay smart. Okay? You got to stay smart.
There you go.
All right? I want to thank everybody for joining us, and we'll see you next week on another episode of the Max Mobile Celebrity Podcast. Thank you, Moody Black. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Lady Chi.
You all too.
And we'll see everybody next week.
All right.
Have a great one.
Take care, y'all. Peace.
Bye.